G'day guys, I'm Captain Deadmeat and welcome to the update night for Fortnite. That's right, there are brand new items and some really interesting challenges for us. But before we get into that, why not hit a like button? Don't forget to subscribe because I release brand new content every single day. Alright, so welcome back guys. It is, of course, update night for Fortnite and there are some really cool objects that are out there for us. There are two new items. The first is the crash pad. The second is the umbrella from the Kingsman. And I will be making videos doing updates on those in a little bit, but I want to talk about some challenges that are actually happening that you might not know about. These are called discoverable challenges, and tonight I want to talk about a challenge called the TED Offensive Plans Challenge. It is a hidden quest for you. What you need to do is go into the battle pass, and on your left hand side where you have your daily assignments, if you click on that, you will now notice that the map has been updated. There are pictures in the top left corner of a gnome and a teddy bear, and there is a number of pictures that are marked on the map. These show what appear to be honey pots. You'll also notice that there is a photo of a group of teddy bears sitting around a table. Now, we already know where this location is. It is over in Weeping Woods. It is what a lot of people are calling the Deadpool house. In the underground section of the Deadpool house, there is a group of teddy bears that are all sitting around having a meeting. Now, if you go down and check out the location, you'll now notice that things have changed a little bit. There is a dance club. There are some balloons around. It appears that they are having some sort of party. And on the wall, there is a picture of a map showing the X's for the locations of these honey pots. And you need to go and find these honey pots across the map. Right, so in order to find the honey pots, what you're looking for is the sounds of bees. In each of the locations, you will find these honey pots next to the base of a tree, and you will be able to find them because you can hear the sounds of the bees moving around. Now, before you go looking for these honey pots, what you need to do is go to the secret base. It seems as if you need to look at the map first to activate this quest. Once you do that, you can then go and find each of the honey pots around the map. The first one I suggest you go looking for is just south of Sweaty Sands, where there is the lake with the small hut next to it. There's a large tree on the western side of that lake where you will be able to find the honeypot right at the base of the tree. The next honeypot you will find is a little bit further up from Wailing Woods itself. If you make your way up to the top of the hill south of the agency, you will find that there is the wooden house. Now, I originally thought that the pot would actually be right next to the house itself, but it's not. It's actually a little bit closer towards the agency itself. If you go over the edge down here where there are the trees with the fallen apples on it, you will find that the honeypot is right there. The next item is all the way over here on the map near where the gas station is. If you cross over the river on the opposite side, you will find that there is a small cluster of trees here, and you want the biggest tree, and right at the base of that tree, you will be able to find the honeypot again. Then what you need to do is head up north to the area where there is the big llama store and the orchard. And of course, towards the back end of the orchard, near the house itself, over near the tractor, you will find the honey pot sitting right at the base of the tree. Then you want to go and head a little bit north and a little bit west. We're going above Pleasant Park. There, of course, is the small section of picnic area here where there is the food vans, and just a little bit up on the rise up here, you will be able to find the last of the honeypots. But that is not the end of the challenge. Yes, you will be able to find all the honeypots, but there is also another secret part of the challenge. If you go back to the Deadpool house itself, there is a series of gnomes that are surrounding the house. All of them have telescopes, and you need to go around to the 5 different groups of gnomes and activate the telescopes. When you do that, the gnome will shoot up into the sky and you will have activated it. This may just look like a coincidence to you as to why there are gnomes there, but I think that there is more of a story here. I think these gnomes are preparing to attack the teddy bears themselves. If you remember, in the base of the teddy bear's lair, there is a gnome locked up in a little cell. And I think these gnomes are attempting to break out their brethren. What I think is really interesting is one of the groups of gnomes that are just on the rise above the house have brought with them a wagon, and it is filled with Tina's TNT canisters, which leads me to believe that sooner or later they're going to roll this thing down the hill into the house and make it explode and start the great war between the gnomes and the teddy bears. Well, anyway guys, that is how you complete that hidden challenge, and once you have done that and come back to this main screen, you'll notice that it is all nice and empty. But I don't think that is all. See, us YouTubers, when we make these kind of videos, we make all sorts of speculations as to what is coming. That maybe there is some bigger event. It is known that Epic has quite often put things in its game to indicate that there is something coming further down the track. And I think this house may be more important than what it actually claims to be. I think that the idea that it is connected to the Deadpool skin and the fact that it is also connected to the gnomes and the teddy bears, I don't think any of this is a coincidence. I have a very, very strange theory about what might actually be coming. And I'm going to put it down here on video for you guys so that we can look back at this a little bit later and say, wow, was I completely wrong? Or wow, did I pick this really, really early? See, what we noticed was when you went and found each of the honey pots and you consumed the honey inside of it, it gave you health. But it also made this deep, deep growling sound. Now that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's the sound of a bear getting its honey, sure, but it doesn't really connect with the whole fluffy teddy bear motif. While we were investigating this challenge, Cookie and I were discussing the idea and throwing out weird suggestions. And we came up with the idea that what if this has some sort of connection to a gigantic teddy bear? What if, and I know this sounds completely and utterly crazy, what if we end up with some sort of strange event where we have to fight a giant teddy bear? We already had an event where we had to fight the Storm King. What if we have to fight a teddy bear? Now hear me out on this. I have a couple of theories. Firstly, the teddies are working on some sort of master plan. That's why they've been sitting around this table for quite some time. So maybe they're working on this gigantic teddy bear. Second, if you take a look at the loading screen that you received from Deadpool recently, you will notice that he is sitting in his bed, cuddled up with his little teddy bear. And there are a whole bunch of items around him. But what is also there is a gigantic teddy bear head as either his backboard of his bed or the pillows of his bed as well. What if this is foreshadowing the idea that down the track there is going to be a very large teddy bear? But there's one other piece of evidence that I think may actually be connected to this, and that is in the new update around the agency in the water are now these underwater tubes. And I think these underwater tubes are to fire missiles. Now either they are going to be used against one of the organizations, or maybe it will be something that will be actually used against a giant teddy bear. Now, like I said, this is a completely wild theory, and I don't know whether this is true or not. There is no other evidence to suggest this, but I thought I would suggest it and see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is completely stupid, completely wild. It probably is, but when it actually does come true, I can then come back into this comment section and write the words, "I told you so." Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this whole event. I hope my video has made it easy for you guys to complete the honey pot challenge. And as always, until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to respawn.